Got videos going up. Look up GMS on YouTube.
This is right here, bro.
It might be a couple of scoffing ass videos that come up. A lot of people hate us, man. You know, but that's how we know we're doing this first. But we got camps, man, coast to coast. And we got
whoever want to link up with us, we're GMS Colorado. So
right.
We can comment, we'll get back to you.
Right, yeah. Leave a comment, whatever we want. Sit down,
you know where we're
chop
at,
the word up. Yeah, we'll let you know where we at, wherever. So you always find us on YouTube. Well, we basically got our campus split. So we got 4 brothers that live up in Denver, and then we got 4 brothers that live down here. So we rotate, try to rotate, keep an even kill on where we hit. Because we're trying to wake our people up, man. So we go up there, try to wake our people up. We come down here, try to wake our people up.
What that lady failed to realize is we ain't out here for her.
Yeah, we ain't out here for her. We out here for brothers like you, man. We out here for brothers like him. We want to listen and hear the word. Even though I'm pretty sure you might be a person. Even with that, a lot of people of our people fall into that because
because we look for something, man. We look for something that's right. Because we all lost, man. Sighing and crying.
Right.
Even these rappers sigh and cry. You listen to Fed Fiasco, look like you're trying to find something. You listen to Kid Cudi trying to find something.
Right. And that brother
be sigh and cry, man.
That brother's depressed. Because the only way you go, this is where we find comfort. Because this book is for us. You know what I'm saying? It's literally written for our people. Right there. And you can go into the world and see all kinds of things in the world, but none of that shit gonna truly quench what you need. And once you kind of get in this book, man, read a couple scriptures, read a couple books, you're gonna learn real fast, man. This book is for you, man. And our people is lost to that. Because for the most part, they're too lazy to just read. What's that old saying, man? That you want to hide something from the niggas. That's why you got niggas literally hide their money in books and shit. Because ain't no niggas gonna pick the book up and read. Alright, brother. Shalom, brother. Nice talking to you, man.
I was working. I was working. Dealing with a demon.
How's the brother, dog?
Come on.
Come on. Brother?
What's up?
He's talking about genetics. How we're a mix of 4 or 5 different... Man, you gotta have faith first to start to understand.
No, but yeah,
Because,
we're talking about
genetics. Right now we're talking about genetics.
Oh, okay, you mean the genetics aspect of it.
Yeah, right.
All that I was telling them was that when I did a DNA test,
Right.
all right, because I claim Yamasi.
I understand that.
Okay.
But the one thing I gotta tell you...
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the point. I'm not trying to flash.
Not at all. But the one thing I gotta tell you is genetics is highly inaccurate. And they really only go back...
But this is, hold on, you gotta use their tools against them. Reading is highly fucked. But guess what? It works against them because they print the word out.
Right.
Since you're gonna go off of this is the word, you're using their words against them
Well,
to show
we ain't
and
using-
establish your claim.
We ain't using necessarily they words.
But it's the words.
Right.
The words.
Right.
Okay,
So
so
you
that's
talking
what I'm
about-
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I get where you come
use that
from.
shit against them.
Right.
It doesn't matter if genetics is bullshit.
Right.
Fuck it. If you're gonna say genetics is bullshit, all right, it's cool. There's plenty of people out here paying child support
Right.
on the basis of genetics.
Right.
So if I got
Which is
some
true.
genetic paperwork that
Which
shows
is not lawful, though.
that-
They're not supposed to be changed.
No, no, I understand that, but since you're dealing with idiots who don't know, you use their words against them.
Yeah.
So if they want to say that you have the right to freedom of religion, all right, bam, I'm gonna tempt you with that. If
Right.
you wanted to do your shit through freedom of religion, I know my religion now.
What is the
so I
word
know
of
my
religion?
rights.
What is
To
religion?
bind. Again, you're gonna bind them to their shit.
Right.
That's the whole point. You enforce.
It's
you brought up the
it was
commandments.
breaking down as an organized cult.
Even
much.
organized
Yeah.
cult,
That's what
whatever
religion
it
is.
Well,
the whole
this-
thing is
I believe
that
it is
use
also
them.
Yeah, I know there's
also a
multiple.
form of also
Their shit against them.
Huh?
That's
That's what we're
exactly
doing.
what you're using the
We're
formula
using
right now.
we're using the freedom of speech.
Right.
Bingo.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
That's why we are.
So that's,
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm. I don't give a fuck about genetics. I
Right.
gotta say bullshit because you break a scripture.
That's why I said
That's how we got blood.
If you
So
like
I
that pine
understand.
cone right there, if it drops and goes in the dirt, it don't matter if it's here in California.
It's
you're
still
gonna get a pine tree.
Right.
Until somebody comes around and says, this is what this is and this is what it's not. If the pine cone don't speak,
Right.
then guess what?
That concept
The
of
pine
being
cone
like,
is dead.
We get that.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking
But
about.
if I could bring out this verse on Numbers 1:18, this is what the word of Yahweh says. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees. You know what a pedigree, like the breed. Pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers,
Right.
according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls.
So you get just what the brother just read. Like people get like I'm not saying this is you, but just in general, people get lost in genetics because first of all, we've all been taught to acknowledge our mother's genetics, which it really doesn't matter. You know, your mother could be Chinese, and if your father was still a Negro, you a Negro. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like,
There's no such thing as a Negro.
well,
That's what I'm saying, bro. There's no such thing as a
I
Negro.
understand what you're
It's
saying.
Israelite.
Yeah,
But
but
that's what I'm saying. You say the 12 tribes of Israel, then you got the first thing.
that's because
so-called. That's the modern
so-called.
But you should put so-called.
So-called.
Because of
But we
the
got it on the other
understanding
side.
of Negro.
On the other side, we got on the other
But
side.
this is my point. I know you all know better than to be calling a man a Negro.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
That ain't right.
But
Just like
go
it's
ahead,
crazy to
read,
call somebody white or black.
Right.
That ain't right.
Read Hosea 4:6.
We're just trying to bring it out so people can understand it.
Right.
Because we're not dealing with people that study any kind of
They gotta start somewhere, man.
Yeah,
You don't
that's
need
why we
people
bring
in
them
their
in.
bullshit,
Right.
man.
But read Hosea.
I gotta go now.
Oh, that's cool,
I'll see
bro.
y'all next Friday.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Saturday, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, take care, man.
Yeah. Go ahead and bring out Hosea 4:6.
See you again, bro. How you doing?
Just that brother, he think he knows something. Yeah, man, it's not it's just it's conditioning. I was gonna tell him, we gotta dumb this shit down, man, because Jake is stupid. Go ahead, brother. Read Hosea 4:6.
This is Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge.
See?
I will also reject thee.
So, not to blast the brother, but he was getting hung up on, meaning words and shit. And that's fine, we don't have to call you a Negro. I know you from the
or
South.
slave. He got mad because we said slave.
Right.
And he said that comes from Salafi, so the
Right.
Europeans.
And that's all.
What is this? Salafi?
We
Right.
just gotta use, we're not speaking a lot Kadash.
Right.
Okay, we gotta use these heathenistic English to speak to our people, man.
And then on top of that, to go into genetics, man, there comes a point where you're gonna run out of genetics.
And you know what's funny? I look up the ethnicity of people that you see on TV and stuff. They always say they're 20% European.
Right.
Y'all have Noble Drew Ali out here?
You got what now?
Noble Drew Ali, you know who he is?
I do not.
He's a Mo man.
What is that, brother?
A Mo man, he's a believer.
Okay. Believe it
Oh,
or
He's
not.
a believer.
Oh,
That's what I'm
okay,
talking about.
okay.
Yeah,
That's what that brother
Right.
just said. He was,
Yeah, he said it was more.
which are actually Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
Right.
When they actually ruled over Europe and all those other countries on that side.
Right, yeah. And they took that name of, actually, that was a big
The
name.
Moabites, I'm going to tell you, the Moors was the one that gave Washington their foundation. They built all that.
And,
Russia and all that.
right.
Yeah.
Let me actually tell you
Real
this,
talk.
brother.
That's why I don't see if y'all, I'm surprised y'all don't have no Drew Ali out here.
Yeah, if you look up Moreno, because there was the Moors and then there were the Morenos.
That's right.
The
That's right.
Morenos, what that word actually means is secret Jew.
Right.
Okay, so we were
You saying Moses is a secret Jew?
we were the secret Jews because
of
we're
the
the true
Lord.
people
Oh,
of
ain't
the
no
Lord.
doubt. Ain't no doubt about it.
We're the
Nah, I hear you. I feel you now.
That's
right.
So we're the people that the Lord takes pleasure in.
That's right.
Okay, that's why we fill
We
up
the secret,
NBAs.
you said we are the secret Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you on that one. That's real talk, man. See, because they said, I'm going to tell you right now, black originated. Black came first.
Yeah.
If on anything. And then you get any color and mix it with black. You come up with purple, green, this and that. But black is the foundation.
right. What color
Put
is
your
the
body
sauce?
down, it's just like you, where the Indians and all them prophets from.
Right.
Oh yeah, we're all one
They
nation.
see you right.
The what?
Right. But if you don't know the history, if you don't know your history, you don't know where you're going.
Yeah, well, what color is the dirt?
That's real talk. You don't know where you're going if you don't know your history.
That's right. That's exactly. The richer the soil,
Hey man,
the
that's how
darker.
you know this place is coming down, man. That's how you know the so-called white man losing power, man.
Right.
Okay? Because our people are starting to wake up, man. Okay, we starting to use this, man. All right. Death to America.
Even
Death
when
to
you
America.
Even when you bugged out, man, you still got
Nah.
a conscious understanding to know that, you know. And the brother said it too. That's why, and the brother said it a few times. You know, the dirt is brown. You can't grow, you know, you can't grow a plant in sand, in white sand. You gotta dig up the dirt.
Yeah, and actually, the richer the soil, the darker it is. Like you go to Hawaii where it grows freely, everything's lush. It's actually dark as coal. Coal.
So I'm gonna finish this Hosea 4 and 6. It says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that ye shall be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thine Yahweh. I will also forget thy children."
And that's why all of us, we were those children, those people, and we've been forgotten. Yeah. Now he's remembering us and bringing us back into remembrance of his commandments.
Well, shit, man. Y'all brothers ready for that? Well, that just kind of walks right into. I was gonna bring out this James. You said it, and we'll just walk into that. You still got holding that script on? All right, for sure. So I just jumped, man. This is James 1:1, and it says James, a servant of Yahweh and of the Mashiach Yahweh Shai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptation. Know this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience be her perfect work, that ye may be perfect, entire, wanting nothing. Now the only thing we want is to push this truth, man. You know, you got brothers, that's all we looking for, man, to push this truth. Go ahead and bring that you got the essence, right? Get that, brother.
That verse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's next, brother.
This is First Ezra.
Second. Yeah.
What do y'all bring that? How John bring that out?
He's holding those features for me,
This is Second Ezra 2 and 39. Unto whom I will give for leaders Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Oseas, Amaz, and Joel, Abadias,
And there's no chasing yours.
and Jonas.
That was saying, you know, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Amos, Odias, Messias, Joel, Adias, and I think that's Tomas. But those are all Israelites, man. Thus being, man, it's true. Those are our leaders. So, what is Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and bring that out.
This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 7, and it says, "Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad,
Right.
and a gift destroyeth the heart."
Right. Because, you know, I believe it's in, I believe I was just in it with John not too long ago. But the Lord says, what is it? I'm going to just say it. I ain't going to read it, but roughly paraphrasing, man, John 18 and 36 says, you know, Yahushua said, if this was my kingdom, my men would fucking kill y'all, man. Put y'all to death for blasphemizing these words and not pushing this truth, man. Not pushing this truth in sincerity and telling the whole truth. You know, y'all motherfuckers only want to do half truth and deal with what would you say? You know, the
Love.
Yeah, stupid shit, man.
Love and
Yeah.
forgiveness is for everybody.
Right.
Them motherfuckers be dead.
Y'all motherfuckers would be put to death, man. If this was the kingdom, we would kill y'all.
Talking about GMS is the rowdy bunch.
Right.
Yeah, we gonna be the bunch, Lord willing, carrying out judgment upon you fuck faces, man.
Come.
Excuse my French.
Did you bring that out, brother, or you still waiting? Or did you bring it out already?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, yeah, hit that Ephesians 2:11. 2 and 11. 3:12.
Ephesians 2 and 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in past time Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands.
So what's that circumcision in the flesh, man? You know, it's talking about, it is talking about being circumcised, but also talking about that circumcision through the spirit, man. You gotta cut off the wickedness, man. Cut off the fucking, puffy smokes that you be sucking down. Whatever it may be, man. Right, she probably is. I seen a couple bed wrenches out here. But that circumcision, man, is talking about that circumcision of the spirit, man. being an Israelite, coming back to your actual nationality, your real roots. You know, not calling yourself a Moor or an African.
Or getting stuck on that name.
Right.
You know?
The Moors and the Moorish and
Yeah, because you know, once you break it down, it's like when he was, you know, more of this, more of that, I was like, well,
I
you
just
know, the
couldn't
Moors
understand what
eventually
he
changed their
was
name to
saying.
Morenos, which means secret Jew.
Right.
So what